Hi guys, this passport bro movement is really catching waves. I've seen it quite a few places, and one of the things I wanted to say about it is there are about three different type of folks here, right? I think there's a bunch of folks that are looking for love, looking for a mate, looking for someone to spend the rest of their life with. I don't blame those guys. If you're looking for someone and you can't find what you want here, or wherever it is, then I do understand that someone with the means would want to go abroad. Then there's a second set who are looking for excitement and thrills. I would say, if you're looking for excitement and thrills and you're being legal, then that's okay. But if you're entering into sex tourism and paying for sex and all that stuff, that is something where you're now in the illegal zone, and that's bad. And I think that guys who are heading in that route, they're going to find that some of them are going to end up in jail. Then there's another set of folks who are not really going anywhere but sitting online and saying negative things about the women in their home country. Those guys are not helpful. But anyhow, I've been seeing other takes and listening to other takes on the Passport Bros, and I came across this woman and I found her take very interesting.
So
I'll let her say
uneven.
her.
Like a destitute country, a destitute person, a destitute mate in order to find somebody who will be with them. That's unfortunate. In a way, that's just kind of like is what it is, right? At the same time, like I can see the other side of it where let's say you're not considered traditionally good looking. You're not considered traditionally as having a good job. You are at a disadvantage. You are. Like if you don't make good money in this country, you don't have a good setup, you might face discrimination, you might face prejudice. Women may not want to date you. That's very well potentially a thing. Potentially a thing. And if you just simply give up and you feel the need to go to a different country just to switch things up, to better your odds, to do what you got to do to survive, I'm not against that. I truly am not. I do believe that people are entitled to their freedom and they are entitled to do what they need to do. And I don't think anyone should be telling anyone what to do. We can only say like, look, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not interested in that. Like I don't want to date a passport bro. Like that wouldn't really make me feel excited about meeting someone, because fundamentally to me, it's indicative of sort of their inability to get along with people in their native country. So at the end of the day, I mean, those are people too. They got to find their way to survive and live. If that means going to a destitute place to essentially prey on people who just don't have the financial wherewithal to demand more equality, because that's what it is. Make no mistake, that's what it is. I can't blame them. They're free to do as they.
Guys, when I listen to that take, the one thing that I can come away with it is it's a bit all over the place. Um, it sounds like it's kind of along the lines, if you're looking for love, it sounds like, you know, this young lady is for that. And of course, everyone is against anyone, entering into sex tourism, all of that stuff. But, there is a bit of shaming of the men there in the fact that, they can't find a woman, all of that stuff. I think that that was unnecessary because, yeah, someone may not be extremely attractive or something, and they may be looking for someone and can't find someone. So I do understand that people with who lack social skills, they're going to find similar challenges later on. I mean, the excitement of this woman, finding this guy who earns probably multiples times, the average income in her home country, may be great at first, but the lack of being able to communicate and all that, that'll create issues. That's why I do believe a lot of folks should, you know seek help in terms of communication issues if they do have it, because it's something that's going to linger on. But, when you're saying that these men are going to exploit women, here's the thing. This is something that I've never fully understood. If a man goes and he is wants a wife, he takes his wife over, he treats her well, I don't see there's anything wrong with that. If the man is utilizing the fact that he earns more money than her and all of that stuff to abuse her, and I do believe there's something called financial abuse. If you're doing that, then that's negative. Um, in this world, I find people don't necessarily give people the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes I do understand, people need to have a healthy skepticism. But I do believe among these folks are people genuinely looking for love. I think those folks, I'm really happy for them. Looking for excitement. I believe countries and governments must decide if that's what they want to entertain. And that's up to the countries and governments, right? When it comes to sex tourism, that's where I draw the line. That's negative, and I don't believe that anyone should be entertaining that. But you know what? If a guy believes that he's a four wherever he is, and he think he can attract a seven or an eight, in some other country, and he's gonna treat her well, and he's gonna marry her and have children, and I don't know, I can't see anything negative with that. But one thing I can say is saying negative things about the women back at home is going to do nothing but have people negatively speak about this movement. Now, do I think it's a movement? I'm not sure it's a movement. It seems like, I wouldn't say it's a fad. This stuff has been going on for years. I would not call it a fad, but what I will call it is, it seems like there is a wave going on where more men are doing this. And as I said, I personally got married to someone who lived just a few houses away from me. So I like, I find a comfort in being with someone in my own culture. But you know what? Who knows? I mean, if I was younger at this point and I was disillusioned and felt, that I couldn't find anyone, I could not rule out going abroad to find someone who I thought, would share common values, or that. I don't know. But one thing I'll say: looking for love, great. Looking for excitement and fun, that's for the governments in those countries. Looking for sex tourism, that's wrong. And from this channel, as we'll say, I am not against passport brothers. I am not for passport brothers. What I do is I understand why some men may be unlucky in love, can't find anyone, may want to go abroad to see if they can try their luck. And for those guys, you know what? I wish them luck. But for anyone trying to take in sex tourism and all that stuff, I'm against that totally. So that's my take on Passport Brothers.